a Romanian biologist, zoologist, speleologist, explorer of Antarctica, the first biologist in the world to study the Arctic life, an influential professor, scholar, and researcher. He wintered for the first time in Antarctica on Belgica ship during the famous expedition coming back in Europe with a collection of 1,600 botanical and zoological specimens, publishing consistent scientific work and becoming the founding father of biospeleology, cave biology. In 2006, and here comes the beauty, because we all us have scientists back home. What's the big deal? Now, here comes the big deal. In 2006, the Australian non-permanent research base in Antarctica was named Lorakovica. 5 years later, it was added the name of Dr. Teodor Negoiță, another Romanian passionate explorer in Antarctica who advanced cooperation under Antarctica Treaty and who tragically passed away in 2011. And this is, believe it or not the end of the story. As we speak, in my native town, Galați, near Danube, the second biggest river in Europe, just to be sure about that. Dutch-owned shipyard, Damen, is building the next Australia icebreaker. How beautiful it is. It will come here in Australia in 2020. I will certainly not be here because our mandate is only 4 years, with the possibility of prolonging 1 more year. But you will still be here. You all be here, and you will remember this night. And it will be delivered in Tasmania, but if we do the right lobby, they can just show it a little bit here. So we have to work with this, Mr. Minister, if you allow me. I'm so happy that you are still here. At Hobart, so it will be delivered. This is a plan as we speak, but it's not ideal. We can do a bypass here in Western Australia, and this will certainly advance the Antarctic program Australia. The expected 3 years life will benefit of maintenance in South Australia, and it will open a new era of Australia Antarctic leadership and scientific endeavor. Just last month, it was announced a competition open to Australian students from years 5 to 8 to naming this icebreaker. Good luck and inspiration for this. My last story, it's about a Labour politician. Believe it or not. I keep it, the last story, the best one, at the end, but it's still the short version. This extraordinary Australian Labour politician with a large and durable contribution to the growth of Australia, his name was Edward Granville Theodor. A Romanian emigrant, namely Basil Teodorescu. You see, Romanians, we do have many Romanian presidents and myself as well, not in the same category. We have the end of the name Escu. So Ceausescu, Iliescu, Constantinescu, Băsescu. Is anybody recording? No, we have to cut this. So Basil Teodorescu, this emigrant, who was, by the way, he was not at all poor. He was the son of a priest, of a Romanian Orthodox priest from my native town, Galați, fixed ideas. However, he, not precisely, just a happy coincidence. This gentleman, Basil Teodorescu, coming from Galați, Romania to Australia, met an Irish girl in 1882 on Fitzroy ship during their journey to Australia seeking for a new life. Edward Granville Theodor, grandfather, as I told you, was Orthodox priest, and his mother, his Romanian grandmother, was the daughter of a Serda, Romanian title of nobility. So it's not the story of coming poor and becoming here necessarily rich. However, his life story, Edward Granville Theodor, his life story illuminates Australia's role in the international community as a model of a culturally diverse society. And now I still have 20 lines with the short story of his achievements. It's such a tiny version. He left school early, but developed a passion for learning voraciously, later on becoming an authority on economics, finance, and history. Long story short, he started as spokesman and militant for the workers in the Queensland outback and mining workers, affiliated Australian Workers Association with the Australian Labor Party, and becoming its leader, ending as an authoritative businessman with a noteworthy success in the fields of mining, investment, and newspaper, even doing business in Fiji between the two world wars. He is one of the Australia's greatest national assets, becoming member of the parliament for a mining seat in Queensland in 1912. Deputy Prime Minister Premier and Minister, and Premier of Queensland in 1919, Federal Treasurer twice during the Great Depression. 2 decades later, he was appointed Director General of the Allied Works Council, Managing Director of the Emperor and Loma gold mining companies, and last but not least, Chairman of the Directors of Consolidated Press Limited and Publisher of the Daily Telegraph. Among his so many reforms, sustainable reforms, over decades, he abolished the upper house of the Parliament in Brisbane. By the way, so now we don't have a fixed idea because we have a Romanian tradition of having 2 houses in the Parliament, but well, this is that's why in Queensland, here in Australia, is the only Parliament with one chamber, due to a Romanian. Or to Irish, depends, yes, who you want to blame. He abolished death penalty. He even financed, and that was very visionary, a magazine for women. I'm talking about 1930s. I mean, that's something. He was acknowledged by all parties and both sides of the houses, well, both sides till he abolished the upper one, as a man of great energy and uncommon ability. Theodore is one of the greatest Australian statesmen, the country's greatest treasurer. I found many sources saying that, with many regarding him as the best Prime Minister Australia never had. So this is the happy end of my, I never thought you will listen to this. God bless you. Yes.